That is a very large glass for Mr. Hep over there. Hep, what are you drinking? Guinness?
Coke by the pint.
Rum and Coke, pints of rum and Coke for Hep on a Monday night. What a way to live a bank holiday. He's got a wonderful golf hoodie for those who are joining from an audio perspective. I am Jack Milner, the host of the Mainly Golf Show. I'm joined by Mr. Hep. Only one half of the Sticky Bandits, Magic Marv, was retired after Rory McIlroy won the Masters. Never known one person have such hatred for another person's success as Marv with Rory. However, he has
Nice go.
assured us he's back for the PGA Championship next week. I'm sure you're all delighted, all 24 of you. We're here to look at the Truist Championship.
Me
We'll probably
too.
don't known here talk about that coin. It's down again after being 20% up. The Truist Championship, also known as the Wells Fargo Championship. Oh, to you and I, it's a bomber's course. It's length over accuracy, and the market has it pegged already this year with Rory McIlroy, the four-time winner from 2 years ago, winner when he was last here at the course itself, the 6-1 favorite. We've spoken off air, and my thoughts on it already.
Lump.
Rory 6-1, Rory 6-1. Could it tempt you in?
Yeah, I mean, Scotty last week was freeze in a similar field. Okay, you didn't have Xander, but you did have um who else is missing from this week that was top of the board last week? But yeah, no, Rory at sixes obviously loves the course, like you say, Bobber. He's obviously having a great season. Yeah, we've had it pinned as a Rory week since the schedule
Six
came out.
months.
So yeah, I think if he gets Rory at sixes without having to beat Scotty, obviously Cam Young's going to be a danger again. It's going to be another course that suits him, and he's playing incredibly well this season with getting his second win last week. But is he going to be partying? Don't know. Maybe there's obviously a major next week as well, so it is lock-in time, and then you can relax a bit after the PGA next week. Yeah, Xander not too that scared of. Fitz is obviously playing out of his mind at the moment. With has he won three of his last four tournaments or something like that?
I
Um,
think so. He won the Heritage. He won the Pairs event. Did he win at Bay Hill? He obviously second at the Players as well. But you'd think with Fitzy, after seeing, after helping your brother get a tour card, um, and then he played. I mean, to be fair, like Fitz Junior played very well last week. I think he finished with a 500 round.
what
Um,
a what a payday for him! Like 1 week after getting
yeah.
the card.
If you the PGA Tour do those behind the rope things or the winner's circle after a player wins, they do like a little feature and follow them round. And Fitzy was um, it showed him talking to his mum. Oh, his mum's like so lovely, like she's proper like Yorkshire mum. Well done, Al. We're really proud of you. And they're talking about stuff, and Al says, Alex Patrick says to his like mum and brother, like, right, I'm paying now, as if to say, like. You guys have looked after us for so long. Like, I'm getting this round. It's a bit
Yeah,
like, Hep finally wins a tournament at the casino circa
it's
2006. I'll get the steak and ale pies
I
in.
have to buy a pint for everyone.
Never actually happened. Um, so you just wonder. I mean, I think Fitz's missus is like 6, 7 months pregnant as well. So you could
That's good.
argue he's life's good. Go out there, just play golf. Couldn't be happier, but. I don't know. I know Fitzy's got sneaky long in the last 18 months. I just don't see him as a Quail Hollow type player. Um,
Yeah, it's not
but
where you'd pick him and place him down, would you? But
Fitzy's more tight. In my head, Fitzy's a place for tight fairways, more positional off the tee. Um, a player who's probably going to hit 3 wood to make sure he's got like 180 coming in with his second, rather in my head like a
yeah,
a
it's a
pot
heritage.
a pot a pot Gaiter or a Wyndham Clark or just twat it and.
Yeah,
Bryson almost, right? Get it down there, and we'll deal with it afterwards. Um, and that's why you put it for the heritage, fair play. And in all fairness to the listeners out there, we didn't film last week. scheduling conflicts. I was in the UK. Heck was all over Wyndham Clark. Wyndham Clark. Heck was all over Cameron Young. He should have been our one and done selection, but for some reason this fish put up Hideki Matsuyama.
Yeah, that twice.
Um, and the great man here even went in for the Scotty Scheffler Cameron Young forecast.
No, not
Not
the
the
each way.
reverse one. I mean, he wins four figures and still complains. You couldn't make it up. There used to be a guy, there used to be a gentleman by the name of Mr. Blood who would bemoan our greediness in a certain Ladbrokes betting shop around what 2007 time. It'd come in like zero, and we'd have our best number 32. Like, oh, so close to 32. You want money? What do you want? What more do you want? Blood? Look at this guy. I won't go into the premises.
Yeah,
He'd also point out
don't do the impression either.
uh, another another cast of characters from the Glorias. But yeah, I could see Fitzy this week, just probably not for me yet. You mentioned about Cameron Young and partying. They showed him on the green afterwards. He's got three kids, which I was completely unaware about. Um, but he's a very, very strong evangelical Christian
Yeah,
in the Scotty mold. I don't think he's going on the soft Sunday night and getting, got like a John Daly 3-day bender.
no, he'd withdraw if he was going to do that. I don't think if he's turning up to play, yeah, he's not just hamming it up.
Yeah, I think he's just happy to play golf and get that work-life balance. But I think with Rory, the fact he went to Augusta with such little prep time, right? I think he pulled out. He said he didn't like the three tournaments prior to, which was what Houston, uh,
Spa,
The Texas
I
Open, Houston, and was it the Travelers?
think it's Valspar.
Valspar's got the Valspar and the
The
Travelers
two
mixed up.
V's and
Yeah, Travelers is the one that Hovland won last year.
yeah,
But I don't think Rory needs that kind of um battle hard and get the reps in, play lots of golf
no,
and find your form. Like he's good enough, right? I think even Marv's admitted he's the most naturally gifted player I think we've ever seen. Um, you look at how hard Tiger worked, and that's not saying he hasn't worked hard. Obviously, that's not at all. Jack Nicklaus was a bit crafty around the greens, right? Great short game. Tiger was a freak, but he was drilled into from an early age. Rory just looks bred in horse racing terms, right, to play golf. Um, so him coming here without teeing it up since Augusta, I don't see it as a negative. He's probably played the course a few times as well. Knowing his
yeah,
record here, knowing his stroke, Rory wants to come and play 18 holes on a Tuesday afternoon. Like, I don't think people are going to say no. Florida to South Carolina, it'd probably be like a couple of hours on a chopper, if that. Nice, probably 2 hours, will it? Um, so yeah, Rory's 6-1 this week. I don't see how I don't envisage a circumstance or a scenario where he doesn't compete.
no. He's going to be in it on the back nine on Sunday. He's he's not going to come outside of the top eight. And T18 is going to be an extreme sort of bad week. Like he is going to be, yeah, top 3 or 4, 100%.
It's just whether you want to take the skinny odds. And for those in short, Xander Schauffele had a famous duel with Rory 2 years ago. I'm sure I was at the in-laws around this time. I think we just I think we'd gone to Ireland for the first time with Madam Pregnant when they're second. And Rory found if I don't know if you remember this Rory found he was worn down entering again. The in-laws are all Irish, right? Even though Rory's Northern Irish, he's seen as Irish. They all cheer him on regardless. Even the mother-in-law stays up and watches the Masters. I think he went like 5 under through or 6 under through 6 holes in like a stretch of holes on that front nine, where he just went four clearers under within about, the twinkling of an eye, and that's it. Game over. Even with the two Masters wins, he probably should have. There's no. He should have won the Masters by a lot more. He was six clear at halfway.
Yep.
And he played shit on the Saturday, and he's ended up somehow going two behind on the turn right before the birdie at 12. If he produced a bit like a horse with kind of a turn of foot. If he just produces like a run of holes, I don't see how players get near him, and that's I don't like tipping up the favourite. Um, but it's not like it's a 150 runner contest in like the Open where you've there might be wind and let's see what draw he's on. It's a pretty standard American course where length is key. There won't be a lot of bad weather. That's just best players generally tend to win.
Yep. We can't argue with that. I don't know much to say, is there? Like,
I mean, if you look at last week, right, Cameron Young beats Scotty, the Masters, right? Rory beats Scotty.
get
The
on
two
those.
Fitzpatrick, the two Fitzpatrick brothers win. And again, they probably should have won by a lot further. In the pairs went by the, I think Matt Fitzpatrick was more nervous than his brother because he was thinking, "Oh my God, I'm fucking this up. I'm going to cost my little brother his dream of playing on the PGA," and that's all the
Get,
money, all the whatever. You can't really put a price on that, can you? To be responsible for your brother missing out on a tour card is, and he stiffed it at 18, so fair play to him.
incredible
But
shot.
yeah, Rory, what a shot. Rory, the very deserving favourite. Xander Schauffele, who's I think a dual runner up here. He's in
Third.
around the uh,
He's,
third favourite behind Cameron Young, who's the 9 to 1 second favourite. Xander's already been nibbled. Best price 11 to 1 now. Matt Fitzpatrick we mentioned. What about Ludwig? He's been your boy for the best part of 2.5 years.
yeah,
Um,
in
very
theory,
quiet since messing up, and where did he mess up? Was that the Valspar?
I
He was an horrendous ball.
can't remember. Um,
They
Another
made
course
up.
that should suit him, like down to the tee, like he should have played last week, but didn't for some reason. Just don't really trust him to finish on a Sunday. Yeah, just looking at the schedule now, see if we can see where he fell away. But I mean, if he comes out and he has a great week and he wins it, then you won't be shocked because it is a course room. But he's
It's a
not
Ludwig course, isn't it?
he's not a finisher. Like at 14s, like you get not even half the. You get Xander for 11s or Ludwig at 14s. You got to take Xander. Like he just 14s is very skinny with the four players above him. Um,
Um,
yeah, not scared of him.
I mean, I was on last week's eventual T3rd and last year's winner around here, Sepp Straka. Admittedly, different course, but have a look at the mainly golf social channels to find the hands down my new favorite hairline in golf because he's got the proper baseball cap tan and he's even got the little bit at the back. Um, God love him. Like for all those balders out there, it is yeah, it's a funny one. Hep Straka, looking at the bigger price and his European Ryder Cup teammates. Tommy Fleetwood hasn't really competed as he'd like this year. He's there 20 to 1. Those
No,
bigger the rest.
he,
Victor Hovland 40s. Then going through the Ryder Cup theme. Justin Rose with his new McLaren Iron
he
55s.
did quite
Nikolai Hoy not very much. Alex Noren was top five last week, and then a man you put it before. Nikolai Højgaard, very well supported, already best price, about 50, 45s. Who takes your eye at those bigger prices?
yeah. I mean, nobody at the big prices that you're confident can win it. I mean, Homer is a double-time champion here and has been driving the ball quite well. He was really bad in his approach game last week, so maybe not. But yeah, Max Homer 80s. Yeah, it's Christoph Reiter, the Norwegian. He was up there last week and also did well in the pairs event. So he's riding
Went in the
2 weeks.
water at 18. That with
Yeah,
his third. I think he made double in the end.
he's riding 2 weeks of hot form. I'm not entirely sure what type of game he has, but I'm guessing it must be quite
He's
strong.
he's he won two tournaments last year again. DP World Tour knowledge. It's essentially the DP World Tour is who is going to choke and who's going to like hang on. Lindbergh did it last week. He got 10 under was never caught. Wrighton shot two final round 64s from about 3, 4 weeks of each other, come from nowhere, and all those in charge, all those near the head of the leaderboard, just completely their asses went. He's a big hitting lad. He's quite tall. I think he's Danish Norwegian. Um,
Norwegian.
um, yeah, good player. I think he's a bit streaky. While he's playing well, he'll play well, and then he'll go and he'll just go to shit.
Yeah,
So
so
catch him while he's hot.
maybe hold on to yeah, good things coming freeze before he tails off. Sam Stevens, I always like it quite driver heavy courses. He's at 70 to 1. He led off the tee. Oh no, Alex Fitzpatrick led off the tee last week. But
Really?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, off the tee was yeah Alex and then Pearson Coody and then Cam Young across the 4 rounds. But yeah, I don't think there's anyone. Yeah, I think I would try and ride the hot hand of right hand and see if he can nick an 8 places place for you at 10 to 15 to 1, depending on the place terms.
Interesting when you're looking at the market in terms of the lowest 10 in terms of stroke average who's played around here the last 4 or 5 years. Xander leads Rory, Alex Smalley, he's only played twice, and then Adam Scott finished at 64 last week. Harris English, Tommy Fleetwood, and Corey Connors, which would suggest a length isn't everything. Um, and it's one of those where it doesn't matter. I mean, everyone's kind of long, aren't they? Let's be honest. If you're
Yeah,
playing on the PGA Tour, you're not going to be hitting it. Um,
250. Yeah.
no, exactly. So someone like a Connors, Harris English is. I might have to have a look at this because I think he's played well and quite consistent without being spectacular.
Yeah, I think he's
So,
got like T20, T25, like every week. I think, yeah, that was it on the podcast. He's T30'd 8 of 9 weeks on tour, but just hasn't challenged at all. So he's playing, yeah, like you say, okay, but yeah, he's not tasted any competitive Sundays.
uh, uh, and when in my head I think, okay, if he's about 50, 66 has been getting involved, he's 40 to 1. Like, I'm sorry, that's too
Yeah,
short.
yeah, the odds are pretty terrible. Like,
You want
so
like when Homer went here for the second time, I'm pretty sure it was on him in 2022. Um, Wyndham Clark was having the run of his life, wasn't he? 2023. He won round here, then won the US Open, I believe. Brian Harmon came on here before Jason Day. He was going through a bit of a purple patch. So I think you need people who are kind of in a bit of form. I find it really hard to look beyond Rory, and it's such a cop out. It's such a shit thing for a podcast to just stick the lump on the favourite. Um, I think Patrick Rogers is a guy that could probably backdoor into a top 10, top 15. I mean, I never got the magic words from Hep saying on, um, but I think I might be on at 150s. Hep will be able to confirm that.
so yeah,
I think Taylor
yeah,
Pendrith, who's a big hitting Canadian, quite streaky, one of those where he'd be loitering around at halfway, put in a decent round and sneak in with a finish. I mean, it's same with Sepp Straka last week, right? I think a lot of people who are up there contending get so I don't know if they're almost like subconsciously aware of how much money they're playing for. Even if like Cam Young's clear, right? But Brighton is potentially on the cusp of making his biggest payday, and that's having won twice on the DP World Tour. He'd be winning 3, 4 times as much by finishing T3rd last week than he would by winning the Italian Open, whatever he won in Europe last year, and then
yeah,
ends up chipping out in the water with his third and makes double. It cost himself 500 grand essentially. As Wayne Riley would say, like, costing himself a lot of change here, a lot of coin going down the drain. Take your six, Christopher. So yeah,
yeah,
it's a bit of a guess up, but I'm not even. I mean, Marv's rule is you have to pick two. Um, I do like Straka. I do like Straka. One of those where he made us a few quid last week. We'll have a point each way in Straka at. I think I'm on at 40s. He's now 45 to 1 a quarter of the odds first five. So the layers clearly are desperate to take on Mr. Hep's 365 account. But 4 points each way, Rory
Or
Six
each
shots, yeah.
way. Each way is sixes.
All right, yeah. 8 point win at six. Fuck it, he wins anyway. The other thing is for
Yeah,
Mr. Hepp is if we had filmed last week, he'd have been tipping up Cam Young at 20s. He ended up
uh,
going off at 12s. The
well,
spreadsheet
he's
is
three places the 8 way. The 20s was
oh,
3 places. Okay. But just yeah, just like that, young Canadians should have shown 365 got him 125. The rest of the market having down to hundreds. So I just
he
had
was
a
flying. Was it after the third round or the fourth, or maybe the final round? He was like 500 after
yeah, he
seven or
had
something.
a good
Yeah.
yeah, final. He's pretty long off the tee, and obviously has again another guy that might just be riding the wave of his life, but hopefully he sticks around because I quite like him. Um,
Is
but
he
yeah,
Canadian? What's his name?
yeah, Shudarshan Yelamanjaru.
He definitely follows the Indian cricket team, doesn't he? Let's be honest. He
Well,
knows who Anil Kumble is. Oh, his dad
they
does.
support Canada in the football World Cup and India in the cricket. But
Right, yeah. Well,
so
he
yeah,
follows it
I'll
as
have
well.
him as my long shot, 8 places in the hundreds. And then the one you mentioned as well that's played well, Smalley. He had a good pairs tournament and was up there again last week at
Yeah.
66s. So I'll take. I've got two each way on Shudershan, two each way on Wrighton, as we
That's
mentioned
what he
him.
told us to do like a Sean Connery impression. Shouldn't have shot.
Shudershan. And then that just leaves me 2 points in it. So I'll go 2 points on Cameron Young to go back to back.
But Cameron Hughes, he's not going to go back to back. He said, you just said unless he goes on a bomb, blah, 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 he's not going to go back to back.
Yeah, you don't know.
Well, okay. Well, jump, jump, put the bet on with me and I'll lay instead. Just take it off the table. No, exactly.
Why is Young not going back to back? He could
I
easily.
just don't. I just don't see him as a guy who backs performances quite quickly. Do you know the weird thing is, I remember backing Cameron Young in running. God, I need to go through the results. It's some shitty PGA Tour event, maybe 3, 4 years ago, and I backed him about 4 teams entering maybe the weekend, and his short game was disastrous. And he was proper surly and very like just sulky when he made bad shots. So it always sticks with me, like because he drive the ball. This is like again one of the secondary PGA Tour events, and he's driving the ball so far and leaving himself with like 50 yards out of the rough for his second. But his shot game was shit. He had very little control. You watch a guy how he played so like he'll get no credit for it because he's already so far. He played so well yesterday. It's
Yeah,
Monday, even at the time of recording. But a few tee shots were out of position, and he's managed to get it to like 60 feet and then make his four, which is uh, almost like symbolic of the guy he was playing with, which was Scheffler's almost key to success right the last couple of years. It's Scheffler, even when he's been out of position, just make your four.
yeah.
And
We even
I
on the
mean,
second hole yesterday, Young called a penalty on himself and then drilled it to 10 foot and then made the putt for par on the on the second hole.
yeah,
So,
and I saw the interview. He goes, "Well, oh, he goes, no one else would have known that I did that. But golf is about the integrity of the game, and
yeah,
I've kind of, if I don't do that, then what example am I setting to kids out there?" Which I thought was like fair fucks to him for doing that
yeah.
because, like you said,
I don't
no
even
one
know how
else
the
would have.
ball rolled forward though. Yeah.
And he said that the ball maybe like moved not an inch. It's just like one. What do they call it? Not levitation.
Little dimple, whatever.
Dimple. Yeah. Um. But things like that, I really like that. I know it's really stupid
Yeah.
and it's very like old fashioned, but obviously he's six clear at the time. Like it's,
If you're gonna
but
do it,
you always go back to Dustin Johnson and was at the US Open in 20. God, the years I'm shit with those mid 2000s. But DJ had missed out on a few big majors, and then maybe 2018 US Open, he gets told with 3 holes to go, like you've been investigated for a penalty. Like
oh,
what?
yeah.
What are you talking about? And he said like I'd have told you if I'd have hit it. Yeah, well, we're gonna check into. And in the end, he won by two, but then got a one shot penalty, won by one.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you're calling on yourself, it's next level. When you see people like the Patrick Reeds and the Sir Joseph, Well, Marv, we don't have time to get to live golf. We'll
I'm sorry.
we'll we'll leave, we'll leave the live golf prognosis
Yeah.
for when the Magic one's back, especially with GMAC being the new spearhead of the Oklahoma, whatever the fuck they are. It's a great opportunity to grow the game and be a real franchise in this part of the world. Graham, the game's finished. Just take the cash and leave. You don't need to do the PR job anymore. Just get the money. You got paid out. Like you're fine.
Global brand Oklahoma.
It's a real great feeling to be, and the cultural impact we'll have here. Well, why are you doing that accent? Like, you're from Northern Ireland. What's wrong with you, man? Um,
We looked at the alternative event at all, the Myrtle Beach Classic.
I've not had a look. I normally
So
just look back Gary Higo blind in these things.
you got Brooks' favourite at 16s.
Oh, Brooks is
Davis,
playing.
yeah,
Hmm? Hmm.
Davis Thompson and Mark Penge at 20s. The other Hoygaard at 22s, Kevin Yu 25s, Hoey 28s, Rye 33s,
You missed the winner.
Bez 30s.
I
Who's the
mean,
winner?
Bez is not. Marco Penge.
I said Penge at 20s.
No, Penge. Bessie's not winning. Nigar, do you know Nigar Peterson played so well at the weekend in that pairs event with Jacob
Yeah.
Scarvola, who ended up finishing what T4 last week in Europe. Oh my God, this is. I mean, you don't have mentioned the best tournament of the week, which is the Catalunya Championship.
Boost to that if you want.
I mean, Angel Ayora's he's like
He's favourite
23.
every fucking week now, this guy.
He's not going to win. Jaden Shaper's another young South African who's won a few times. I realize having backed Chikara last week. I can't back him again because I don't want to cheer him on. I don't like him. Um, if you can get 28s on young Orlison, he's a very, very good player. I wouldn't be surprised if he moves across in a few years. And um, Wiesberger was up to got. I think he got up to about T30. He won 2 weeks ago. He bogeyed through the last four holes, which are quite punishing on the stretch in Turkey. He's 40 to 1. Guido's been very well backed. He finished T second in the end. He left two putts short of, again, such a golf nerd. He left good birdie putts at 16 and 17 short. Um, and they're there on commentary going, well, that's just sacrilege. Leaving him short at this crucial time. So Guido's a proven winner. Guido for me and Slav Olesen, two very big prices. If you want a bit of value there. But the ultimate message is I would be staggered if Rory is not up there or thereabouts. If you, from a trading position, right, for those with like a bit of a cash out, if you were to have 20 quid on Rory at 6 to 1, there's a good chance you might be able to cash out for 40, 50 quid and be free rolling for the weekend. But what do I know? 8 points win Rory McIlroy at 6 to 1, a point each way, set track at 45, score of the odds first five. Mr. Hep, your selections once more.
Yeah, no, not a comfort one. I went Cam Young, just 2 point win after I'd spent 8 points on two long shots of right hand at 90s and Sudarshan at 125s. There's also a live event this week, so there'll be some nice lucky 15s out there across the four tournaments.
Hmm?
Get all four winners and retire.
Or what I used to do was back in long shots. I think if you got four
Well,
tournaments, you
you
got
got yeah,
two from each,
always
and I think it.
guaranteed. So just
Well, I think two from each would be like 32 each way triples. So like just a couple of places, and you're laughing. But
I'm always
Rory,
guaranteed. You just double it up his odds. So like, well,
oh, exactly, yeah. But
more than
for
double it up
those,
his odds.
if you've skipped to the end and you just want the synopsis, you want the cliff notes. 8 points win Rory McIlroy, who does win at Quail Hollow this week. Hep is fancying a couple of outsiders. He doesn't even know where Christopher Wrighton's one of the DP World Tour before. Doesn't care.
You said he
The
was
Indian can.
Danish. At least I know his nationality.
It's Scandinavian. They're all the same. Um,
Beautiful, beautiful
and
man.
the Indian Canadian who was cheering on India, the World Cup, will be cheering on Canada in the next round of ice hockey. We'll be back next week for the PGA Championship where the Magic One is back. probably teaming up Bryson DeChambeau. He's been here, but I've been Twig, and we, for 1 week only, are cheering on Rory in the States. Ta-ra. Oh no. I was supposed to press stop. Oh.